All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 1085. That's right, 1085 episodes, almost getting that 1100 mark. And we are so proud and happy to have all of you here. It's really a blessing to have all of you here because you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, those watching on the replays, thank you for watching the replays. Now, spread the word. Go subscribe, help out a brother and a sister. Go spread the word of Kona. Let them know what we're doing over here, and we're doing this for free on this Studying Brew, and it would be great.
Yep.
Yeah, might change their life. Might get a pass notice, right? So here we go. My name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz. But you're not here for me and my advertising skills. No, you're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. So that way you too can get a pass notice. And tonight we are going to be doing what, Brandy?
We're going to get serious.
Wow. You have the comedic timing of Dean Martin.
I teach.
I know. The timing is everything. Just the way you lay that. It's perfect. We're gonna go over 6 different questions. That's why she's calling it serious, because we're gonna do the serious 6 tonight. 6 different questions, 6 different exams. We're gonna have a little bit of content, a little bit of techniques. We're gonna break them down like we're Charlie Brown, and it's gonna be a good one. And so we're gonna go through quiz questions. I don't know what Brandy picked. It could be something of her own. It could be Q bank questions from different Q banks. I don't know, but it's gonna be good. But the main thing is, this weekend, we want you guys to try and go, not try, erase that, reverse that, say it again, Andy. You are going to this weekend use these techniques and use this approach to go and conquer your quizzes and go get those things done, because this will help elevate your scores. It will help you give that extra edge that you've been asking for, that you've been wanting, because sometimes it just doesn't come easy to you, right? Sometimes it's not going to come easy to you. Sometimes you're distracted by text messages by your children when you're trying to do something like a quiz or a test or a live podcast, and you gotta get locked in and you're like, you know what? I don't even know what I was reading. I got to get an answer out. And then boom, techniques. Technique it out, get you that score all day long, because that's what it's going to take. Because, guys, all you need sometimes is just an extra little bump, just a little bump. Tomorrow, we're going to go over some great stuff in the exam mastery. We want you guys all to be there because exam mastery is for all exams. And then we also have something for the Series 26. So we're going to do something for the Series 26. So if you're locked in for the Series 26, we're going to have an exam mastery on that too. Series 26 get people bugging. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes that Series 26, it is like their Achilles heel. But it doesn't have to be. Randy will show you how to get through that easy peasy, nice and easy, as they say in kinder. But look, we're going to have that exam mastery for all exams, and then we're going to do the Series 26. I'll get more into the schedule, but guys, you can do the course videos at any time, any place, anywhere. You can do them as your my man was doing them earlier today, Jacoby.
Yeah.
He's on a different study plan right now. He's trying to get his sleep schedule right. He's on the East Coast, and I got him getting up early. He's going for walks. He's hiking. He's trying to meet some health goals, and so he's doing his course videos and his audios while he hikes or walks, and doing what he can to get better. And you could do the same thing. Those course videos can be at any time. And even we have replays of exam mastery sessions that you can also plug into, and you can watch those or listen to those and the audios. And you can do that anytime. By the way, if you're on Discord, drop Jacoby a thumbs up and tell him to keep up the good work. He needs all the encouragement he can. Trust me. But all member sessions, we got that going on. We got small group tutoring, got one-on-one tutoring, and daily accountability. All available there. You just got to check it out. We got books available. SIE, it's an interactive 663. You got the 65 even interactive, and the 26. When I mean interactive, there's little videos in there you can get for further explanation if you're a member with us. Kona community on the Discord, where I was just talking about dropping a line with Jacoby. You can get on there, start, be a part of the community. It's a bigger community at large. I think they were doing a test today. Did you guys do a study test today? Or did you guys study together today? I don't know if they study together on the Discord, but sometimes they study right before the brew. They do quizzes together and they meet up. Get onto a program. If get into the community, if you need someone to study with, get a study buddy. Say, yo, anybody studying the 65, 7, 6, 63, 26 SIE? Let's do this. Give me a call at 951-290-3077. Give me a call, give me a text, email me at KonaButterflyz@gmail.com. Also, check out the Insta. All right.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay.
We can do this now? Mm-hmm. All right. That's the schedule we got going on tomorrow. We got the study hall right off the bat. Start your studying off with Brandy in the morning. Mm-hmm. Just simply open up your study session, get your quiz going. And if you need some help, Brandy's right there to assist. She's going to be getting prepared for her days of teaching the Kona exam and the 26th. So as she's doing her preparation, she don't mind, if you ask her a question or two. That's what the study hall is all about.
We got music going. It's fun.
It's got a vibe. So check it out, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Doesn't matter what exam you're studying. Just do your studying there with her. Do an hour. It could really change your perspective.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely. Right. You get a quiz with the teacher. Kona Exam Mastery right after that. Like I was saying, all exams, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check your local times there. We got techniques, we got study tips, strategies, exam tips. It could be any of those topics or maybe all of them at once. I don't know what Brandy's going to do, but it's going to be good. And then we got the series 26. What are we doing in the 26 tomorrow? Am I asking a pop quiz question right now?
No, I think we're going to cover business continuity plans. BCPs.
In my notes, I have business continuity plans as well. And
Look
BCP.
at that. Look at that.
That is what I have in my notes that was created by you.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. If you are a member, look for that email to go out in the morning. I'm switching it up from the night before to the morning because I was doing a release of the day before and then re-releasing it the morning of because y'all don't like to check your emails. But it'll be there in the morning at 9:30 a.m. I have it set to go off well before the 10 a.m. So make sure you go check your email for that access or just simply use that member code for the month, which is the April member code that you have saved on your computer, I hope. And then just go ahead and join in on that 10 a.m. But there you go. So we got that going on tomorrow. All right, everybody. If you are not following us on Instagram, I wish you would. I tell you what. Because when they let me know, then they send me a picture, in this case through email, however I can get it.
That's right.
However, I'm blessed. I don't care. Throw me a Polaroid and strap it to a pigeon. And I'm just as happy. Because when they let me know and they tell me how they got it done, I add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame. Do you know why, Brandy?
Why?
Because we got a passer. We got a passer. Congratulations to Miss Judy Jackson on passing the Series 26. Knocking it out. Newest principal in the financial world. Congratulations, Miss Jackson, on getting this done. She did go to the live sessions.
Yes,
she has gone to the live sessions. She did do some exam mastery. She did ask Brandy questions.
She did.
She did plug in, and then she just finished up on her own.
Yep.
And today she surprised me with a beautiful email that said, I passed.
Yeah.
What did she have to say? Short, sweet, and to the point. She said, long journey. Couldn't have done it without your techniques. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Judy.
That was all she put. That's all she needed to put.
That's all she needed.
Done. Congratulations, Ms. Jackson, on getting this done. I think I just want to say Ms. Jackson because I grew up with that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Ms. Jackson, on getting this done. And you look good with that Series 26 pass notice. All lit. Look at that. That is a glorious picture. That is like, I did it.
I did it.
And I just want to say I was really excited when I saw that picture.
Yes.
So congratulations, Ms. Jackson. Boss lady, for sure. Getting it done, setting the example, all done. And it meant a lot to her. She has a lot going on to get this thing done. It was really important. So we are really honored to have helped you get this thing done. So congratulations, Miss Judy Jackson, on getting it done. But it's not just about Miss Judy Jackson on getting this done. It's about you. It's about how we can get you to get to that next one and get that pass notice. And tonight we are going to go over Series 6. That means 6 different exams. So we are going to probably throw in a 26 question somewhere in the mix. And you know what? It doesn't really matter. Even if we didn't, it doesn't matter. The content and techniques, it works on anything, any exam. So that way it can help you raise that score. Guys, sometimes people ask me, well, they tell me, they don't ask me, they tell me, they go, well, I did it, and then 100% of the time it does not work. I'm like, does anything work 100% of the time in your life?
Not even Lysol.
Nothing works 100%. Nothing. There's nothing in your life that works 100% all the time.
No.
There's at least a 0.2% that doesn't work. There's at least the 1% of the time it doesn't work, right?
Yep.
Even alarm clocks don't always go off 100% of the time.
That's true.
At least that's what we tell our boss, right?
That's
But no, seriously, 100% of the time, no, it doesn't always 100%. But what if I only need, and I'm scoring I'm scoring like 60%. I'm scoring 50% in my quizzes, my full quizzes.
mm-hmm.
What if I'm scoring 70s? What if I'm already kind of there?
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you can add 10%, you can add 15% if it works 10-15% of the time, which I know it does. Guess what? You're going to keep that bubble. You're going to keep that bubble if you're already over that pass notice type score. You're going to add to that content score that you already got, and that could push you over the edge into getting a pass notice. It might be just the little bit that you need. Sometimes, most of us, that's all we need is just a little bit. 68% all the time, some people. A little bit. Just use that technique. I was going to guess anyway. Technique it out.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to use some content, how much content do I need to use? This is great for that. So tonight, Brandy, let's go through these questions. Let's make it happen. Anything you want to add?
No, you got it.
I'm not going to say that there's no content.
No, today there's content.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Brandy's not going to bust your brain open though.
No, it's not gonna be crazy.
East Coast people are like, good, I might stay awake.
I picked this question because
you wanted people to panic.
I mean, okay, let's break this down. Okay, let's break this down. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to go deep with this one. There's a lot of words. So I have the individual with $1 million, right? Okay, that I don't need to pay attention to anymore.
No, because that's the commonality for all of them.
I also have the last 2 years.
Yes.
These are all the same.
Yes.
Don't need to pay attention to that anymore.
Who cares?
So in the green, that's not going to be the deciding factor.
Right.
So I don't need to focus there.
I do see a 1 and a 2 though.
And then I see the 2 and I see, oops, let me get another color. And I see the 1. Now, I want to ask this question. Okay, so here's where the content is. Guys, I did not do this when I pulled this question. I did not do the different colors. I didn't do anything. I stared at this question. I don't need way too long.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, I know it's not B or D because it's not the 100. It's 1,200,000. I know that. Okay.
Right.
And I sat there and I stared at this and I said, what the heck is the difference between A and C? Have you guys ever seen quiz questions like this where you're like, it's literally the same thing? I clicked on one of them. I was wrong because you know what, guys? It came down to and versus or. It literally, guys, a wrong answer choice could be the difference between that right there. And I didn't even think to look at that. Me, Miss Teach You Test Taking Techniques. And guys, it's not and in this particular situation. It is or. To be an accredited investor, you need to either have 1 million of net worth or 200,000 in annual income in the last 2 years and expected in the next year, or certain licenses.
Oh, you're adding that one. That's not in there.
No, that part's not in there. Or you don't need to make all of them. You just need to hit one of them to be considered accredited. Isn't that crazy?
Take note. That is literally the difference between a right and wrong.
Yeah.
And every single time, some of you will stare at it just like kind of like Brandy started to, and you go, what the heck is the dang difference between these?
I did that.
Is the mailman holding an ice cream cone in one picture and not in the other?
Yeah. Have you guys, you see those, and it's like, what's different about that? And it's like one line on the ice cream cone.
Or the dude's got striped pants, and then the other one he's got polka dot.
Yeah.
Some of y'all studied in the 1900s. This is the things that they gave us.
Highlight magazine.
Highlight magazine, y'all. Every doctor visit. These youngsters don't even know. They're like, what's a magazine?
All right. So again, with the techniques first, right? No effect, a decrease in the price, an increase in the price, right? I'm just drawing it out. And then an increase in the market price and an increase in the number of shares. What do we know from studying?
It'd have to be inverse.
It has to be inverse. It has to go an opposite. The arrows almost always go in opposite directions. So we know it can't be that.
Right.
But we also know technique wise, this says increase and that says increase.
So it's probably C or D. So in this case, if D's out, then C's the answer.
Exactly.
That's what I would have done.
Right. So I did double check because, you know, when you have a question like you just have, you want to double check.
Right.
A company reversed its stock split.
Yes.
So if I reverse my stock split, that means number goes down because I glue it back together and price goes up. So right away, that's wrong. C was right. And we knew it was right because that was what the technique said.
Look, you might know this with content anyway, right? But sometimes if you have a way of getting to a 50-50 shot between two, it really shortens the amount of time you spend on each question. And time is of the essence when you're taking a timed exam.
Yes.
Especially if you're taking the Series 63.
Yes.
There are more questions than time.
Yes.
I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to tell you that you need to move the process along quicker.
Hustle.
Hustle.
This is hustling.
That's exactly it. Double time.
Getting a scoot in your boot.
Scoot in the boot. Never said in my household, but I'll go with it.
Never said it.
Never grew up hearing that one.
I don't even know where that came from.
My mom would just yell at us, "Pisale."
In your boot. All right. I have an investment advisor representative. So this is an individual because why? It's a representative. You have to be human for that. A federally covered advisor. This is SEC registered.
Mm-hmm.
An agent who sells securities for broker dealers and earns commissions. Yes, I do see that. And then a financial planner. Off the top of my head,
financial planners don't have to be securities.
Well, I
registered.
thought about that, but then I was like, if you look at it, A, B, and C all have something to do with registration.
Right, registration, getting a license of some sort with the FINRA.
Right. And this one is different because you got the IAR, the advisor, the agent. Those are all people who are registered, right?
Financial planner is a certificate.
Right. If even.
If even.
If even, right?
Yeah, you just call yourself that.
Right. So which of the following meets the definition of an IA and therefore required to registration? Register with the state administrator.
Oh, you're laughing at their grammar?
Yeah. Okay, so investment advisor, and here's where the content comes in. This is the firm, or if I was a sole proprietor.
Right.
Okay. So that's the business side of it. That's what you guys need to know if you're studying for your 63, 65, even your 26, right?
Right.
Okay. So if I represent, can I be? No. If I register with the SEC, do I have to register with the state? No. If I'm an agent, does that make me an advising firm? No. But if I am a financial planner, I have to register. And we already knew that, again, based on the fact it was the different answer. Don't fight it, roll with it.
This is a perfect example right there when you're crossed up in your brain and you have a lot of uncertainty on that one because you're not remembering all the stuff, the little tidbits about a firm and a sole proprietor and all this stuff, right? And you might be jammed up in the brain.
Yes.
And the clock is ticking and you know it. And then you get that anxiety and you get a little stress, not sure. And then you go, you know what? Pull out a technique right here.
Yeah.
That's a different one.
Yeah.
Does it work? It does work.
It does work.
Let's just go with it.
Just go with it. Why are you going to fight it? And when I mean fight it, I mean, what's to argue about that? I just said it's the firm or sole proprietor. Just roll with it. Just roll. Just roll. Don't resist it. Just roll with it. I can't believe I sing sometimes, Linda.
Hey, it's a good advice when getting arrested. Don't resist.
Don't resist.
Just go.
Okay. So
I don't know where that came from.
I don't know either. All right. So I'm looking at my answers and it was loss of account value, volume of trades, failing to follow the client's investment objectives, and frequency of trades. And I don't know about you guys, but I saw volume and frequency of the trades and I was like, isn't that the same thing?
Right.
Okay. So this is the same. Frequency and volume is pretty much the same thing. So I can't pick one of those.
I mean, literally, if you were dialing in a stereo, it'd be almost the same thing.
Yeah. Exactly. So I can't pick one. So I'm just going to cross them both out. Oops, sorry. And then I've got failing to follow clients' objectives. That is very much an error on the registered rep.
That's not good.
That's not good. Okay. We can't, we can't not do that, or we can't do that.
Right? Loss of account value is just something that can happen.
That's just the nature of investing, right?
What do they say that? It's just the nature of the business.
Yeah.
It is just what happens. It's risk.
Right. Now, let's look at the question. You guys are going to blow your mind right now.
Mine's blown.
65, 66, and 63. If you guys start reading a question and it's talking about the NASA model rule, look at how long the title of this rule is. The NASA model rule on unethical practices of investment advisors and federal. Okay. Usually it's unethical and dishonest behavior, so it's even longer.
Right.
As soon as you see model rule, stop. Just keep going. Like just scan that. You don't need to focus on any of that.
It's the whole title.
It's the whole title. It's a title of something. Just go by it. Okay. So basically, we say, okay, so states that an investment advisor is prohibited from inducing excessive number of transactions. Excessive trading is evidenced except. So what's not?
So we're looking we're looking for the acceptable.
Yeah.
So what is acceptable? Okay.
Yeah.
What is okay? A.
Exactly. Just read that last line.
If you are a struggler, if you struggle with accept questions, please do yourself a favor and write on your little paper, your scrap paper, that keyword in there. I am looking for something acceptable. So that way your brain stays straight and you pick the right answer. Because 9 times out of 10, we don't write it down. We lose that train of thought and we pick the wrong one just because we just forgot that that's what we were looking for. We're looking for the accept. And then here comes the explicitives, right? Here comes the dang it. Here comes the darn it. Here comes the I knew that. Oh my goodness. Why did I do that? Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Accepts will get you.
That's what I would do on my paper every time, even at the test center.
Right. You put looking for not excessive. I probably would have said what's cool. Whatever your brain says.
Yeah. All right. Long-term capital gains, tax exempt, ordinary income, tax deferred. That's my key phrasing. I will pay attention to the rest of the words if I need to. Okay. I get to the question. The question says a partial withdrawal from an annuity. Guys, Kona members, what is my rule, my saying when it comes to anything tax deferred?
I know Diana has this down.
Tax deferred equals later. Yes, it is later. Guys, tax deferred equals no capital gains. If you see annuity, IRA, retirements, 401ks, whatever, and they're asking about taxes, and you see a capital gains, not the answer. Just cross it off immediately. And Michelle in the chat put ordinary income only. Do we need to go on? Do we need to? I don't think so. We didn't even really look at the rest of the question.
Some people probably were like, I thought we were saying later. Isn't that tax deferred?
Entire amount is liquidated.
That's where you go for the rest of the keywords.
If you're getting a partial withdrawal, they're not tax deferring the withdrawal taxes. They're tax deferring the taxes earned on the accounts as it's going. As it's going. Yeah. So that's why that's not the answer.
A little bit of content.
That's right.
A little bit of content on a Thursday.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Simple. All right. Simple content. Guilty, permitted, engaging, guilty.
Guilty.
I don't know about you guys, but when I hear the word engaging, it's usually associated with something not good. In
engaging in bad activity, engaging in a crime, engaging in it usually isn't good.
Right? Permitted, that means good, but we are going to focus on the guilty and the guilty, right?
Yeah, because it means you're convicted.
Right. So I'm going to look for something about marking the close or something about backing away. That's what I'm going to look for in the question.
These are key words. Remember, we're going through these answers because we're looking for key words. Mm-hmm. So that way we read the question with intent. So now we're going to read the question with intent so we don't get crossed up and we know exactly what to go for.
A broker-dealer is quoting a security, and rather than filing a customer's order, that is fine. Okay. Decides to change its quotes. The broker-dealer is. Does that sound like anything about closing?
No.
So then it must be backing away. And I'm not going to fight it. I don't know what this is. I'm just going to go with the technique anyways. The answer. Doesn't backing away sounds like, okay, I quoted you this and now, no, psych.
No,
I'm going to quote you something else. That's backing away.
Nah, were you going to pay $20? And when I said $20, I meant $50.
Right.
But wait, you could do 50? I meant
75. Like 1,000. How much you got in your pocket? Let's see.
Exactly.
But yeah, so
you play that game all day long.
Yeah. And now I'm not fighting it. I'm not resisting it. I'm just rolling with it. I went with the technique. I didn't know it anyways. Just pick the technique. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yep.
Hope that was helpful. Hope when you guys go do your quizzes, you go keep that in mind. Just a little bit of content, a little bit of technique. Read the answers first. Read the question with intent. Look for those keywords. If I see an exempt, I'm writing on my scrap paper exactly what I'm looking for. Keep my mind straight, right? Map everything out. Keep that train of thought. If you guys are not writing down sometimes, are mapping out what we call it, and if you want to learn how to map out, we're going to do that tomorrow probably in the Friday All Mastery exam. You can learn how to map it out. But if you're not learning how to map things out while you're taking a quiz, especially if you keep getting accept questions wrong, you got to change that. You got to learn that skill set so that way you can help yourself out, because there is 0 points given for you to do all this work inside your head and write nothing down. They do not give you extra points. They don't go, oh, wow, look at you. You use no scrap paper. I'm going to give you a bonus 3 points. Never happens. Never will. So you might as well just use the scrap paper. Use it to your advantage. They give you it. You might as well learn how to use it the right way. And so that way you guys can get your pass notice. All right, everybody. My final words for you this weekend, because we have no Studying Brew on Friday. Be consistent. Be consistent. I know you don't want to do it tomorrow. I know there's stuff on Saturday. I know it really sucks on Sunday. Stop that. It's really great on Sunday.
And you guys might actually be really busy this weekend because
it is Easter. And you might have church services. You might have events to go to. You might have a lot of things going on. Hide the Easter eggs. Whatever it is that your family does, you might have to partake. Maybe you're the aunt that has the best deviled eggs. Whatever it is, make sure to get your quizzes in before you go ahead and make that deviled egg recipe that you have handed down to you. Before you have to go hide those eggs. Before the kids get up, before you have to go to church, before you have to go over grandma's house, before you have to do all the hosting that you might do, before all of that stuff. Get it done early. out of the way, but it's done. And you're moving on with the rest of the day, worry free, knowing that you stayed consistent. That's how you stay consistent, even on a holiday weekend. That's how you do it. Get up earlier, knock it out, have it off your plate, on to the next. Right? All right, everybody. We will not have Studying Brew tomorrow night, but we will be back on Monday for the Studying Brew. As always, same bat time, same bat channel. We have the member sessions on Friday and Monday. We hope to see you there. Until then, everybody, stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great weekend and happy Easter.
Thank you all so much for being on. We super, super appreciate you. Practice these techniques in your quizzes tonight and through the weekend. We will see you guys next time. Have a great one.